Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world premiere of today's Dune Imperium games, here with Bludgeon. So today I thought I would try something a little bit different. I'm not around to do my live stream here today on Sunday, and I didn't want to leave anybody hanging, so I thought I would try out this YouTube premiere feature. And so you maybe get something similar to the same experience. You can't talk to me directly. Well, you can, but I'm not going to be able to respond to you. Although I might sort of pretend to hear messages from the chat, and maybe you can communicate with me telepathically through the folds of space and time. Maybe if I get a little bit of spice in me, who knows? Maybe you can help me asynchronously. But anyway, I'm just going to get right into things here. And so, I hope you enjoy this. And, you can still watch together, chat with each other. You can let me know. Well, you can let each other know in real time what moves you think I should be making or where I'm screwing up. You can, be screaming at your monitors, commiserating with each other as I miss something together. So, anyway, let me get into Pierre-Luc's game here. And, standard leader selection, that's fine with me. Let's join up. Let me go with yellow here. I haven't been yellow in a while. So I'm going to play 2 games here, as usual, for the stream. And like I said, it's a bit of an experiment. You can let me know if you thought this was fun or not. Epic Meatball has joined the game. And Dune Imperium Playbot 4. Okay. All right. Ooh, Beast or Memnon. Well, I just played Memnon recently. I haven't played Beast in a little bit. Ooh, look at these babies. Look at these babies. Well, I'm going to pick Beast just because I haven't picked Beast in a little while. I am player 1. Okay. What do we got in my opening hand? So taking a look at the players, we have Pierre-Luc on Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Right now he's choosing which 2 factions he wants to get bonuses with when he triggers his Master Stroke. We've got Epic Meatball on Count Ilban Richese. We've got Dune Imperium Playbot 4. I wonder what the other Dune Imperium Playbots are up to. On Countess Arianna Torvalde. And we've got me, Bludgeon, on Beast Rabban. Alright, well, this is looking good. So we're going to go seek allies. We're going to go to Still Suits, pick up some water. I'm going to deploy some troopular units here. I'm going to throw in 1 for now. I'm thinking I'm probably going to load in some more, perhaps. Plan being to go to the Great Flat. Next round, Salmelange Swordmaster. Things are looking pretty good for my plan. There's a chance I go for High Council seat before the Swordmaster, due to the tastiness, which is here. We'll see. I actually have enough to buy the power play this turn. Holy crap, what a nice first turn this is. Unless somebody decides to early reveal, but this is quite a nice start. One thing I like about Beast, typically when I think of the Beast, and usually when people start playing and they think of the Beast, the main thing that is thought of is the Signet Ring ability, right? Getting the extra troops seems to be kind of his signature thing, but as I've played more, I've started to appreciate the bonus spice and Solari that Beast starts with. This Arrakis Fiefdom passive ability, start the game with an additional 1 spice and 1 Solari. It really is nice in terms of kickstarting your, you know, getting your Swordmaster and High Council seat. Okay. Ilban does still have a chance to put in more troops, as does everybody. I think I'm going to let this one go and just see what I can get for 1. Am I? Yeah, because there's a chance Baron just hits up Hardy Warriors here or something, so I'm just going to let it sit on 1. And he does. Yeah. It's a fairly common move for Baron to hit Hardy Warriors in the first round and just get that Master Stroke happening. Okay, so he goes for Emperor and Guild. I could see that. You know, maybe he's thinking he can pick up the Spacing Guild card and move up along that track. Okay, so it looks like I am going to get something for my troop here. It's going to be a spice, which actually is pretty great for me because I'm going to just sell it all. I'm going to sell it all. All right. Power play. Love it. There's a chance I could get blocked at Selmalange by Ilban. He could go and sell 2 spice. It's not the most exciting move for him unless he wants to get his High Council seat, which he might. So there's a chance that I get blocked in all of my grand plans. Oh! Oh dear. That is quite an explosive little Imperium row here. There's going to be a lot of pressure on... There's going to be a lot of pressure on getting some persuasion. So we might see some people getting their High Council seats before they get their Swordmasters. I'm still considering that, but I'm not sure. All right. Pierre-Luc on the Baron picks that one up. No surprise there. I'm very happy to get 1 extra spice for 1 troop here. Sets me up for a big fat Selmalange. And I have the cards I need to get Swordmaster and High Council this round. So I feel good, but you will see if Epic Meatball decides to get in the way over here. If he does, I'll be really sad because that's my entire plan. Should I be thinking about a backup plan? If that happens, then like I don't have any way of getting to the faction spaces. It's usually the first thing I look at when I look at my hand. Can I, you know, go anywhere over here to get closer to getting points and so on, especially as Beast. One thing I haven't been very good at with Beast, I feel, is getting an early alliance. But if Selmalange does get blocked, I might be kind of in trouble because, you know, these other players might end up collecting some spice this turn and wanting to Selmalange next round, so I could theoretically be blocked a couple rounds in a row if I can't get it right now. So let's just see what happens here. No! Fuck. Ah! Ah! Oh, it burns. Oh. Mm. It burns bad. All right. Well, I think what I want to do then is get even more spice. I think I want to get even more spice here. The reason being that I want to make sure no one else has an incentive to do it next round. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to keep my signet ring for now because it's more versatile. I have more options of where to send it, theoretically, unless, unless all these 3 spaces get taken, which could happen. And given that I have 2 daggers, I am going to commit to this. That Ilban. Okay, Baron going to Mentat is kind of good for me because it means that he didn't block up one of these spots. Like, I'd like to send a signet ring to Carthag, ideally. Oh, he's undoing it. Is he... Is there some kind of crazy mind reading going on here? Is he going to go to Carthag? For some reason, I have this weird feeling he's going to go to Carthag now. What you up to, Baron? Secure contract. Okay. Getting himself another intrigue card. So that's worse for me because that is one of the potential spaces I could send my signet ring. Yeah. I mean, I understand why Ilban did that, right? He wants to get the early High Council seat, get a shot at one of these things, but man, that's so rough. Oh, it's so rough. I was lined up to get both this round. Both! And the way things are looking, we'll see. Maybe, I don't even know. Hopefully I can get at least one of them next round, but it's not, it's not for sure. Haga Basin, okay. So my Carthag play is still an option. Unfortunately, though, like, I don't have anything in the garrison, so I could throw in one more troop and that's it. Doesn't seem to be a lot to gain there. I mean, I guess I also do have the troop for my signet ring, and maybe that will be enough with the daggers. She does have an intrigue card. She does have 4 cards in hand. Is it worth trying for it? Maybe it is. And maybe my intrigue card helps as well. I'm considering drawing a card. Because it might help me, get an Arrakis liaison, which could be useful. The problem is I don't want to waste my diplomacy or my power play, but... Okay, let's do Carthag. Alright, that's not a bad card to have. I am going to throw them in... Am I? Is it really worth it? Whatever, let's fight. Let's fight. Gonna hope these daggers can do it. One persuasion. Um, yeah, I think Arakeen may have been a smarter play to try to get some cards in my deck because my reveals have been very weak. But ooh, there's the 8. Okay, well, I really understand why he did it the way he did it now. The question is, what's he going to pick? It's an interesting decision. The Kwisatz Haderach this early probably is better, but I mean the directorship is fantastic as well. Also, the directorship, one sword. Okay, good. My 2 swords hopefully will carry the day. We'll see about the intrigue card. The directorship giving Solari on reveal is also a pretty nice effect for Ilban, because he's incentivized to visit these spaces up here. And so getting that Solari to feed going to Mentat or going to rally troops is pretty nice. Okay, so we're going to reveal. And we'll see what happens with the intrigue cards. I'm not going to use the Water Peddlers Union right now because there's no reason to do so. All right, so I win this. It's not a victory point, but it is an influence and 2 intrigue cards. Okay, what do we got? Okay, well, I think I'm going to go with the Freeman here and unlock Siege Tabor. And, you know, that's the one I'm the closest to maybe getting an alliance with, so we'll go ahead and do that. All right. Oh, no sell Melange. Ugh. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. And I was... Okay, well, I couldn't do the Mentat anyway. Oh, no. So she's going to sell Melange. Because here's what I was thinking. I was thinking about, you know, if I power play to selective breeding, trash a dagger, draw 2, that would open up, potentially, being able to sell Melange here. But now that she's sitting on 5, she's for sure going to do it. Oh, man. It's so painful, man. It hurts me. It hurts me a lot. Okay, well, what can I do? If I go here, that's 2. And then I get here. I could at least get a High Council seat. I'd like to get an alliance, but... yeah, I think I better at least get my High Council seat going. So let me do this. We're going to hold off on that. And, you know, maybe I can pick up a Gurney Halleck here. I mean, it's the beauty of this game. It really is the beauty of this game. This kind of pain is kind of why the game is good. But sometimes it is good to feel good. Sometimes it's nice to actually be able to do what you want. Oh, it was such a beauty setup. So many things went well in that early game. But it is what it is. Yeah, it hurts not to be able to do the alliance here. You know, like I said, it's something I've had a hard time with Beast, is getting that early alliance to power up the Signet Ring. But in this case, I think this just makes more sense. I think I need the Solari now. Conspire. She doesn't even go to sell Melange. Interesting. Hopefully that, well, she doesn't have any agents left, so she's ready to pick up the High Council next turn, I suppose. Next round. Turn and round is something I always mess up in this game. I'm very clear on the difference in my mind, but I always say the wrong thing. So, yeah, if I can, I'll pick up this gurney. Baron, the only one in this conflict, gonna get a nice prize. Okay, so the Gurney Halleck is there for me. That's at least something that went well. So we'll grab that. Reverend Mother Mahayim. It's going to be pretty difficult for me to get this Kwisatz Haderach. I don't have any Arrakis liaisons yet. I haven't been able to get really much of anything. Oh, Ilban getting both of these big cards. Oh my god. Desert Power. Okay. Unfortunately, Dune Imperium Playbot 4 has quit the game, which sucks. Okay, what do I want to do? I think I do want to sell Melange, right? There's more I could get, but I mean, I can only sell so much of it. Yeah, I mean, I have to do it. So it's got to be a Dune because I can use the Signet Ring then to get the Swordmaster. So we'll go up here. The question is, how much do I want to sell? At least 3 to get the Swordmaster. That would leave me with 4 still. Do I need extra Solari for anything? I mean, a rally troops could come in handy, but I do want to also make sure I've got the spice available for Hayliner when the time comes. I think I'm just going to do that. And we'll just hang on to that extra spice for now. I don't know, but I'm guessing Dune Imperium Playbot 4 just was frustrated that Ilban got both of those big cards and just decided to quit. I don't know. Maybe it was a disconnect. Maybe there'll be a reconnect, but it seems kind of likely, which is really crappy. I really hope they implement something to you know, discourage people from quitting games and or allow you to block people from joining your games, because it's just something that, you know, we should be able to kind of avoid, is people who quit games. All right, Ilban off to this alliance here. So the Baron was not able to get that alliance with his Master Stroke, right? He did pick the Guild as one of his factions. Now, I need this Sword Master, so let me just grab it. Okay. It's interesting that I'm the first one to get the Sword Master, even though I kind of got blocked here, but people were prioritizing the High Council seat, which is understandable. Now, what do I want to do with my diplomacy? Okay, so that was something I was thinking about, but that's no longer a thing. It's either... I mean, I suppose I could do Hardy Warriors if I really wanted to. Maybe that's actually a good play, because I actually have a good shot at winning this. So let me do that. I could use a victory point here, and another water wouldn't go amiss either. We'll see if that works. I do have this to back me up as well, which is kind of why I did it. Dune Imperium Playbot, Ariana. Ariana has 3 intrigue cards, so it may not work out, but I'm going to try. Ilban raking in the Solari now. Sword's not enough to matter. And he picks up the Ambassador, and he already has the Guild Alliance. That's not great news for us. I think this Freeman camp is probably what I'm going to get. No swords here. Luckily, Ariana only had enough to bring her to 5, but we shall see about... Is it that or Spice Smugglers? No, it's Freeman Camp. We'll see about the intrigue cards. Does Baron go for the power play or the Worm Riders? He doesn't have Freeman Influence for the reveal on that. Yeah, I think the power play is a better card. Also lets him grab the Arrakis Liaison to go with it. Okay, well, I don't need to use it, so I won't. Okay, I think that was... I'm pretty happy with that play. To grab that point. Siege of Carthage. Okay, so Here's where the Freeman camp could theoretically bring me somewhere, although I don't really want to be using my spice right now. I want to be getting some spice. I mean, we're still a couple of rounds away from round 7, but maybe just a siege tabber. Pick up some water. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to throw in 1. At the moment, people's garrisons are pretty low, so there's a reasonable chance that 1 troop at least gets me something this combat, I feel. I feel like there's a good chance somebody doesn't put a troop in. And I do have the Master Tactician combat intrigue card, so that, 2 strength can become 5. I may decide to use the Freeman camp to send in more. We shall see. Baron Hardy Warriors, that grabs the Freeman Alliance, which is unfortunate for me. I was hoping to be able to get that, but it's not to be. Now he's going to throw in a bunch of troops. Okay. The Baron sitting on 2 water is something I don't really like. Also here, because I was kind of hoping to kind of maybe do something else and save this spot for my next round with a surprise Freeman camp. But I can't really afford to wait, or I might lose it. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. It gets me enough spice that I'm still sitting on 6 after I use this. I'm going to throw them all in. And with the dagger left to me and the Master Tactician, I think I have a shot at this. Baron does have 2 intrigue cards. So he might be able to... He might be able to overcome this. If he throws in 1 more troop somewhere here, plus a combat intrigue, plus a few swords on reveal, Ooh, Water of Life. Okay. When round 7 does come around, I'm going to be the 3rd player. Ilban is going to be the first player. He's going to have the first shot at Hayliner. At that time, there's not the best chance that I'll have my diplomacy in my hand. Like, one problem I have right now in this game is diplomacy is my only faction access card. I have not done well. I have not done well getting cards from the Imperium row. I mean, I got 1 Gurney, I got 1 Freeman camp. That's pretty much it. Neither of which has access to the faction spaces, so that's definitely a weakness that I have here. Okay, Ilban throwing all his spice into Conspire. Interesting. Okay. A little weird to burn that intrigue card now. It doesn't really matter, but... Okay, what's my next play? I think just getting some Solari. Just getting some Solari. Maybe I want to Mentat. Maybe I end up rallying troops at some point. I think that's the play. Or, I mean, I could send a dagger up here to Hall of Oratory and maybe pick up Worm Riders, which would be okay. But I think I want this dagger to try to help me win this. So yeah, it's either 3 Solari or 1 Spice. And I think I'm going to go for the Solari here. So this, I don't have an immediate use for it, right? But sometimes it's nice to have an option of hitting up the Mentat, even just to block it from Ilban. Okay, Baron getting his High Council seat. So not fighting me for this. We'll see. He might still have an intrigue card. He has 7 cards in hand, so he could theoretically have a bunch of swords. I don't really remember if he has a lot of good, you know, combat reveals. Ilban rallying up some troops. Oh no, is he going to go into... Is he going to go in on this conflict? Wow, he could. He could. I mean, let's say he goes... Well... I mean, he could throw in 3 troops if he goes to one of these spots. So I guess it's not super exciting. Okay. The Spice Smugglers could end up getting me a point here. You know, which maybe will help, or I just go Arrakis Liaisons and try to make Spice Must Flow happen. It's kind of a tough call, to be honest. I am going to take the Smugglers and a Liaison. Yeah, so my thinking there is I'm probably going to visit Hayliner once this game. 2 swords, not enough. We'll see about the intrigue card. And the spice is flowing. Baron going up to 7 points. Dangerous. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm probably going to visit Hayliner once this game, which will get me 1. So maybe that Spice Smugglers is worth a victory point. Three swords on Ilban. Okay. Not enough. No. Does the Baron have something? No. At least nothing he wants to use. Okay, there's another conflict point for me. I've been doing all right in terms of that. I do get control of Carthag as well, so maybe an extra Solari there to bring me up to rally troops money. And if we end up fighting for Carthag in one of the later rounds, I'll get a bonus. Guild Bank raid. Okay, nothing too exciting there. All right. So I'm going to want to use the Gurney Halleck here. I think. I don't really want to fight for the Solari, but just to get the troops out of them. Unfortunately, I have no way of getting an alliance anywhere. Convincing argument is on top of my deck. Do I have a way of getting to Spice Must Flow? Nicely done by Ilban there. Okay, he's taking Spice. He didn't have enough to trigger the victory point this time. Okay, let me think. If I pick up this Spice, I could send Diplomacy over to Selective Breeding and potentially get enough for Spice Must Flow. Maybe. It's going to be pretty tough. This brings me down to 6. This brings me down to 5. This brings me back up to 7. It's possible. I'm going to kind of try it. I probably should have used the Signet Ring there. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to actually use it later in the round. My instinct is like to save this for the versatility, you know, of having more options for my later play, but if I'd thought about that... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, see, now I have a bit of an issue where I have 2 agents left and I kind of have 3 cards I want to play. The Gurney Halleck, I could just reveal. And get the troops out of him with the Solari. Should I try for this? Or should I get myself an intrigue card and maybe get closer to that point? The good news is... Okay, I think I do want to try to draw this card, though. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Spice Must Flow this turn, really. I think I need to draw cards to try to maximize my chance of drawing Diplomacy next round. I don't know really about this. Maybe, you know what? I actually do have a shot at Spice Must Flow now. I could send my dagger up to Hall of Oratory if it's still there. It feels bad not to use the Diplomacy, but... oh, you know what? I really messed up, actually, drawing 2 cards. Drawing 1 would have been good, but drawing 2 is kind of bad because it means that I don't have a Diplomacy coming up. I needed to... I mean, whatever. I'm going to get the Spice Must Flow now, but... but it means I'm not going to get my Diplomacy in time for next round because I already have reshuffled my discard pile into my deck. If I had drawn 1 card, then at the end of the round, all of these things would have been reshuffled. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll get a Spice Must Flow, and hopefully... Okay, there's a free Solari for me. Hopefully the game doesn't end next round and I have a shot at winning round 8. Okay, so dagger up here. I've got a decent little garrison ready for the future battles. Ilban with more. It feels bad not to play the Signet Ring or the Diplomacy, but just kind of how things worked out. Okay, it's a tight game right now between the Baron, Ilban, and myself, the Beast. Yeah, I'm going to have a kind of a crappy round coming up. All right, more Solari. Epic Meatball just can't get enough. I mean, it lets him... Okay, here's Battle for Imperial Basin, and I'm not prepared, which... Ugh. Does he start with Mentat? Because if he doesn't, I might hit it. Yeah, he does. Well, maybe I can get another Spice Must Flow somehow. How could I do it? I mean, I could do it by just dagger to Hall of Oratory and give up. Early reveal. I could do that. But that doesn't feel good. I think I want to use this Spice Smugglers. Maybe I just send Spice Smugglers here to Arakeen. Get this card out of the way. And then I could still potentially do that. How bad do I want to fight for this? I'm going to put in 2. Okay. I don't know how long I was muted there, but hopefully everything was okay. Ooh. Okay, Baron steals an alliance, goes up to 8 points, which is a little bit frightening. Yeah, I only put in 2 just because I don't have like the best chance really at winning this. And I feel like saving troops for next round might be better. It looks like at least the Baron's not going to win here. So I think I have to just actually... I think I have to go back to Hall of Oratory and get another Spice Must Flow. I think that's my only move. And I have to just really hope that I draw Diplomacy next round to hit up Hayliner. I mean, the Freeman Camp could be... Freeman Camp, Gurney. I mean, I have some options in terms of generating some decent troops next round without necessarily going to Hayliner, but that would be what I would want to do. Not least because it also gets me a victory point there. Sell Melange. That's interesting. That makes me think he might have a victory point in an intrigue card. Chom Shares, is it? 7 Solari gets you a victory point. I'm a little suspicious he's got stuff like that. 4 intrigue cards in hand. Okay, Ilban trying to get back at that alliance. And I just have to early reveal here, and we'll see what I end up getting. Maybe I get 3 spice. Maybe I get 5. We'll see. Yes, I'm sure. We'll get another Spice Must Flow, which is a little worrisome because, you know, it's putting more cards in my deck that aren't the cards I'm going to need to win the next conflict. But I have to do it. I feel that I have to do it. Jessica, interesting. If Ilban buys that, that'll let him take the alliance away from the Baron. Oh, okay, well that did it. That did it right there. Okay. Evens out the score. Depending on what Ilban does here, I mean, he probably has some swords in hand. He's got a Worm Riders that's probably going to trigger. So this is not likely to get me this, but there's an outside chance I could steal this with a Master Tactician, which would be absolutely insane. We'll see if he puts in some more troops, because the Ariana bot has 3 intrigue cards. Yeah, he's going to Imperial Basin. He's definitely going to throw in some more troops. Just 1. Well, it's enough to stop me. And he's got 5 swords. Okay. And he has 8. So he probably buys Jessica. Where does he take that? Either with the Emperor or the Bene Gesserit, I suppose. Oh, never mind. Obviously the Bene Gesserit. grabs the alliance there. Okay, well, it's a tight game. It's a tight game. If I can manage to hit Hayliner and win the next conflict, that'll get me to 10 points. Well, if it's a 2-point conflict, it may not be. It may be the double influence one. But hopefully it's the battle for Carthag, because I already have a defensive bonus there. Okay, I've got more spice. There's all kinds of spice sitting on the table. It's battle for Arakeen. Come on, man. Well, all right. I do have the diplomacy. I am able to hit up Hayliner. This is looking good. This is looking good. Problem is, Ilban is at 9 points. Wow. Does Ilban have any other victory points sitting and waiting? Not really. He'd have to get a Spice Must Flow to hit 10. Okay, so this is the move I have to make. Everything goes in. And with that water, it potentially opens up a research station. Maybe I can get myself a Spice Must Flow. There's a reasonable chance I could make that work. It's reasonable, but it's not amazing because I do have, 2 Spice Must Flows sitting in here that give me nothing. I've got a dagger sitting in here. I've got, 4 cards that give 2, 3 cards that give 1. I'm not sure exactly how the math works out there. But I think I have to try that. Potentially. Hopefully Ariana Bot doesn't steal that from me. She might decide she wants 5 spice instead. Okay, Ilban goes to selective breeding, so he's looking to buy a Spice Must Flow. I really need this research station to work. Okay, good thing Ariana did not go there. Oh, she has the Chom shares. What did the Baron do with all that Solari? He spent some of it. What did he do? I kind of missed it. Well, whatever. Okay. The question is, do I use the Signet Ring to go here, or do I use the Reconnaissance to go here? The Signet Ring obviously gets me another troop, which might matter, maybe. But it's more versatile if I end up playing another card. I'm just going to do this. What have we got? Dune. No. No. Didn't work. Okay, that hurts. That hurts a lot. I think I might as well throw them all in because this is going to be the final round anyway. But yeah, it's a Ugh, not getting that spice must flow hurts. I'm trying to see if there's some way I can still do it. If Arakeen is available and I send Gurney there, there's a chance, because that would draw me 2 cards. You know, Gurney is -2 persuasion if I use him. But if I get really lucky and I draw 2 convincing arguments or some of those, it would work. So, okay, well, yeah. Unlikely to be an option. But now I think it's just get spice for a potential tiebreaker. I think that's all I can do now. Ilban still has 2 agents left. He does still have a big garrison. What could he do? Maybe I just go to Siege Tabor and load more in, just in case Ilban's got some crazy plan. Thing is, the tiebreaker could be the game. So I do have the Gurney troops I can throw in at the end, so I think I better just hang on to him. And I better just pick up this 3 spice to try to make sure I can get the tiebreaker, because I think there's a good chance Ilban gets to 10 here. So I think this is the move. Why can I not? Oh, I don't have the water. Oh, no. Oh, no. And if I go here, it gets him a spice. Oh, no. I think I'm going to lose on the tiebreaker. Okay, then in that case, I want to draw a card with the Gurney. Maybe I get a spice must flow, which maybe gets me the tiebreaker that way. I think that's what I have to do. I think that's what I have to do. I don't have any troops. Whatever. Okay, there's the spice must flow. That could be the winning game. That could be the winning play. Throw him in. Throw him in. Whatever. That could save me. Because if Ilban takes this 3 spice, that'll get him to 4. This will get me to 4, and then I'll win on the Solari tiebreaker, maybe? Oh, boy. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I really needed to hit that spice must flow, and it didn't happen. Which is not a shock. Like I said, it wasn't a great chance. Oh, he's going to rally troops. Is he going to fight me on this? Does he have the intrigue card that lets him throw in all his troops? Oh, boy. I mean, if he does, then what are you going to do? Deploy any number of troops. Oh, no, she has it. Wait a minute. But she only put in 1? I mean, I guess it wasn't going to be enough anyway. Well, okay, that's reassuring, though, that she had it and not Ilban. Okay, well, unfortunately, I don't have Spice Must Flow. I have 5. Is there a reason to get an extra water? I don't think that's going to matter. I think it's not worth risking some weird thing. Yeah, I'm just going to pass. I don't want to take a chance that, like, I don't know, maybe yet Kynes gets revealed and lets Ilban get this alliance or something crazy. I don't think the water is going to help. What's it gonna be? Okay, there's a point. for Baron. He's not out of it. He could potentially have some kind of endgame cards that might get him a couple of points. Doesn't have the tiebreakers for resources, though. Okay, urgent mission. What's he going to do? Go to Mentat again? No. Okay. I would think that would be... Well, who knows? I don't know what cards he has. I guess the question is going to be, is he going to be able to get enough for 2 Spice Must Flows? Because I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to get 1. Oh. Maybe. Oh, he's going to get me on the Spice Tiebreaker. Right? Because he's going to get second. He's going to get 2 Spice here. He's going to get me on the Tiebreaker. Oh, not having that water hurt me here. Well, I mean, there's lots of things that, you know, made a difference in many different ways for every player in the game. But I think I'm going to come up just a little bit short. And, you know, him taking the Mentat all the time, as well as having, you know, Kwisatz Haderach, recall agents everywhere. Yeah, I really needed somebody else to get second place here to take that spice away, because he knew exactly how much spice he had to beat. I revealed first. So unless there's some, you know, he doesn't have enough for Spice Must Flow. But he does have the Guild Ambassador. Okay. But that cost him Spice. Okay, he's going to get 2 Spice here and 3 Solari. Is it going to come down to the 1 water tiebreaker? No! I should have bought that. It did come down to the 1 water. No! No! Oh my god. Well, I might as well just do this. Just for the hell of it. He's gonna win on garrison troops. Wow. Wow. That 1 water actually mattered. I really didn't think it would. And I thought that the chance of the water... Ooh. How about this plans within plans? Did it have a chance to matter? Not quite. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought he was going to get Solari out of second place. What happened there? Did he have to choose? Choose 2. What did he choose? Did he choose the intrigue card? He took the intrigue card. It 3 Solari. If he had taken the Solari, we'd be tied on Spice. We'd be tied on Solari. We'd be tied on water, and he would win on garrison troops. Ooh, that's... Wow. You know, also, just thinking about it myself, I should not have played my little combat intrigue card at the end there. I thought, it doesn't matter. Maybe it'll get me an achievement or something. But actually, I shouldn't have done it, because holding it might have influenced his decision to take an intrigue card or not. I should have kept it back as a mystery. It ended up working out okay, but... Oh, man. I really thought I was going to lose on the Garrison Troops tiebreaker. Am I missing something here in the chat? Have I missed something? Or you at home watching this YouTube video right now? I don't think so, right? He chose 2 spice and an intrigue card. I mean, he was hoping the intrigue card would give him a point or something, right? But I think if he'd taken the Solari, he would have won the game. Wow. All right, well, that was a fun one. I think that's the first victory I've gotten with Beast in a while. All right, let's take a little short break, and we'll be right back with game number 2. Get yourself a drink, do what you got to do, and we will be back in a moment. If you'd like to directly support the channel, you can become a member, and here's what you get. You're going to get a loyalty badge next to your name anytime you post a comment, and that's going to upgrade itself the longer you've been a member. You're going to get access to these cool custom emojis that I made here, and there'll be more to come as more members join. You're going to get early access to stream VODs. So the streams that I do on YouTube or on Twitch don't go up right away because I want to edit and put up, one game at a time usually. And that sometimes takes, a few days at least. So if you want to get those games early, then being a member will give you access to that. Also, sometimes I don't put both games up on the channel. It just depends. So whether I do or don't, you're going to get both of those games right away. The other thing is, as a member of the channel, you're going to get 1 extra game every month made just for you. So this is a game that's not streamed, that's not going to be on the main feed, but it's made just for members as a thank you for being here. But the main thing really is to support the channel. So your support is going to help me invest more time into the channel and hopefully make a few upgrades. So maybe get a proper green screen so things aren't so wonky here, eventually maybe a better camera and that kind of thing. Anyway, that's the lowdown. You can see the prices below. You notice there are 4 tiers: Water, Solari, Spice, and Alliance. And at the moment, those all have the same perks. So it's just about how much you'd like to support the channel. Thank you so much for thinking about it. And if you sign up, make sure to let me know. All right, thanks very much. And we are back. All right, looks like this game is just about to start, only short 1 player. We've got Griddle Bear and Seriously Trying. Waiting here now. So I'm guessing this should probably pop pretty soon. All right, last game, I didn't really try to communicate through time and space very much. I wasn't tuned in. This time I'm going to try to tune in a little bit more to the viewers from the future, right? So you're going to be sending your thoughts, your ideas back in time to me now. But from your perspective, it's going to be real time. You're going to tell me something, I'm going to maybe detect it, and then maybe do it. I think also the chat, the live chat from the game might be preserved with the video after the fact. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it will be, but I'm going to try to keep it if I can. I'm not sure. It might take it out if I edit anything. So anyway, we'll see. But, you could be immortal here in this live chat when people watch this video in the future. Your ideas could be there. People could see you tell me to do something and then watch as I miraculously do it. Okay, come on. One more player. Okay, it's all happening. It's all happening. Okay, I choose first. Here's the Imperium row. Stilgar, Scout, The Voice, Fdakin Death Commando, Guild Ambassador. And I have first pick between Paul, Ilban, Beast, Memnon, Leto, and Baron. Okay, Beast is not happening because I just played Beast. I'm going to probably rule out Memnon and Leto because those are both recently played. So between Paul, Ilban, and Baron, what do you want me to pick? Send me your thoughts. Type them. I'm going to try to detect. Here's the Imperium row again. Wait, where is it? Okay, I don't know. For some reason, I'm feeling that this is maybe what's being selected. I'm just going to pick it. I don't know. It's just a feeling. It's a feeling. I don't feel very confident, though. I felt, honestly, I heard kind of voices for all three or thoughts being sent, even if you didn't type it, but you may have thought it. Leto is going to be a pain for me, right? Because he's probably going to take the Mentat. Because he goes before me, you know, almost every round. So he might be sniping my Mentats. Okay. Oh, Leto already quit? Man, what is it with these people today? Well, it's 3 out of 4. I'm going to stick with it. If somebody else quits, then I'll be out. But hopefully, you know, I can live with one. It sucks, but it's just, you know, it is what it is. Okay. You know, getting some Solari here would be good. And if I I mean, I like this Solari, but I'm going to do it this way. Okay. I'm going to fight for this Solari. I mean, if I get the victory point, fine. But yeah, I'd like to get some Solari there. And then the Seek Allies, I don't have a great place to send it. I might just get the secure contract if it's available. It's not available. Right. So I could get 2 spice here, but I think I'm just going to do this. Grab myself a fold space, and we'll see what we can get with this 5 persuasion. Death Commando is a pretty nice round 1 pickup. get a chance to trash a few cards. Paul's going to grab Stilgar for sure. A Jessica. Okay, what's going to be there for me? 7. Oh, we're going to tie for first. All right. Unless he plays his intrigue card. So, reveal. 7. The Initiate and the Liaison probably make sense. I'm quite tempted by the Ambassador as well, to be honest. You know, Ilban likes going to those spaces. That's a pretty nice way to get some guild influence or some spice. Tell me what I should do. Should I get the guild ambassador or the initiate and the liaison? I could get the ambassador and the assassination mission. But I don't have a great way to trash that. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it because the reveal Solari might actually be handy. And maybe I find a way to trash it. Okay, so there's 2 Solari there. A corner of the market. Okay. Well, it's nice to know about that. So I need to really gear myself towards Spice Must Flow, which I like to do anyway, so that suits me fine, but it's great to know about that right now. Okay, how am I going to do it? Well, I could potentially go secure contract and then high council seat. But I don't like not using the diplomacy. And the High Council seat this turn is not going to get me Jessica, so... Right, because it's -1 there. +2. Doesn't work. So I'm going to do this. Make sure I get the influence, get the Solari out of that space, move myself up this track, obviously. I mean, that's what I said with the influence, but I mean, you know, maybe move towards a potential alliance. And then after that, I'll be looking to play the Signet Ring. We'll see what's available to get. This is a card that could be nice for me, given that I have the Guild Ambassador, right? The Spice... like, if I take the Spice instead of the Influence, later it can become the Influence +3 Solari. That's kind of a strange little chain move I could potentially do with those two. Or I can use them both just to get the extra Influence. Paul going to Hall of Oratory. I wonder if he's going to be trying to find his mom. Okay, so the secure contract is available for me, which is pretty nice. So I'm just going to grab it. That gets me to 8, so I'm now at sword muster.
Swordmaster. Hey, you got your swordmaster yet?
That's not how that accent would actually say that word, I don't think.
Swordmaster, you got your swordmaster. Hey, did you hear? There's a swordmaster in town.
I don't think they have anybody with that kind of accent in the Dune movies, do they? I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen them. Maybe they do. It's always interesting to me what accents the directors decide can exist in a certain world and what they mean. Um, I've always thought it's strange that like fantasy, it's like, oh, everyone always has to have English accents. You could have any accent you can imagine. You could have English like Game of Thrones, for example. You could have English accents, Spanish accents, French accents, whatever, any accent you could think of. But you definitely cannot have an American accent in a piece of fantasy. It's just so strange. Okay, reveal. Yeah, so I am going to take this Spice Smugglers, even though it doesn't help me with the goal of getting Spice Must Flow. I just think this is a kind of a cool piece of synergy. So I am going to do it. Ooh, power play. Do I want a Sardaukar infantry? I'm considering it. I think I'm going to pass on the Sardaukar infantry just because it's early enough that it could theoretically be useful, but I'm just not going to do it because I know I need to get a bunch of Spice Must Flows, and that card's not going to help me do it. And I know that the Spice Smuggler is also not really going to help me do it, but it works with something else I've got going on. The Baron has 12 Solari, so I really need to draw green access next turn. I've got a few cards that can do it. Oh, they tied. Nobody got the Solari. Okay, that's cool. Cool for me. Gregare is choosing two factions. Yeah, okay. Well, I hope you're enjoying this YouTube premiere. I hope it's all working great. Like I said, it's an experiment, so let me know if you thought this was fun. It's not something I'm going to do most of the time. It's just since I wasn't around to stream, I thought it might be a decent substitute. Okay, so I have to get Swordmaster right now before the Baron does, and the only, well, I could use the Ambassador to do it, so that probably makes sense. Yeah, let's do that. Get a couple of spice. I think I want the spice, or do I just start rocketing up this track? No, I'm going to take the spice, and I'm going to lean into comboing it with the smugglers when that comes around. So I'm going to delay my reward a little bit to get a greater reward. I could also go to selective breeding, trash the assassination mission. That's another potential move I could make. Masterstroke. People are getting influence everywhere. I wonder if anybody's used the new emojis yet. I haven't sensed it, but it's possible. All right. Well, I would have liked to get that, but you know, you can't really expect to. What's my last card here? A dagger. Would I rather reveal this first? What if I go into this conflict? I could get in there and get at least third because Leto is already done. That wouldn't be the worst. And this is where I would be going to get a bit more spice, which is okay. I don't mind having a bit more spice. It loses me my water, which I don't love. But I'm going to do this. Get the troops in. Because that's a guaranteed 2 Solari. Well, as guaranteed as it, some intrigue card could, pop my troop out of there or something, but yeah, I think that's good. And now if I trash the assassination mission, I'll be sitting at 6 Solari next round and I can pop straight to the High Council seat with that dagger. There is part of me that feels like maybe I should just go to fold space again so that I can get closer to that, making sure I can actually get that alliance and save the trashing of this thing for another day. But I do like the idea of making sure I have the Solari for that High Council seat immediately. And, making sure I don't draw it again. I think it's a tough call. Wow, a spice must flow already. Ooh, my voice is getting a little used up here. Okay, I'm going to do... It's going to draw me a couple of cards too. It's probably not going to matter too much, but I am going to do this. Okay. Okay. Maybe I get enough for the power play. There's a chance. Okay. Oh, wait. I forgot. Forgive me. I'm sure. I know now. You were, sending me your vibes that I'm supposed to be trashing the assassination mission, not a dagger. Well, I did what I did. It's possible that is what allows me to buy the power play, right? Because I trashed a dagger out of my discard. So I made sure I didn't draw it. Maybe. Okay. It's definitely going to be the power play. All right, and it turns out to be 4 Solari. So that works out pretty well. I still have enough for the High Council. What is the Baron thinking about doing? Is he thinking about staging an incident here? That would be a little bit insane. But he does have 2 intrigue cards. He could theoretically stage an incident and then boost up his combat strength again and still win. I feel like that has to be what he's thinking about. I don't know what else he'd be thinking about. Maybe he's just, going to the bathroom. I'd be curious to know right now, and this is for you watching live right now as this is premiering, but it's also for you watching this video whenever you're watching it later. I'd be curious if you'd let me know in the comments. At this moment, what chances do you give for me to win this game? Would you say, like, what percent chance do you think I have to win? Obviously, there's a lot of unknown information, but what's your gut feeling right now? As of the end of round 3, 20% chance to win, 25% chance to win, 80%? I'd be curious to know. Okay, there's the spice smugglers, so that's cool, but I did not get a way to actually go to the High Council. I could go to Arakeen and maybe get a High Council card. I think I will. It's going to stop me from using my diplomacy, perhaps in the ideal location, but it's also going to give us Solari to the Baron. But whatever. Okay. We'll do this. Do I deploy a troop here? I'm going to say no. Now, does the Baron get the High Council seat to stop me and then get the Swordmaster later? Okay, no. Possibly he only had one Landsrat access card. Oh, I see. He wanted to spend one. He wanted to spend one from his signet ring to get the intrigue card, so he couldn't do both this turn necessarily. Maybe he still can if he can pick up some Solari. We'll see. Oh, block High Council. You son of a... Okay, well, I'll do it. I'll do it when my turn comes back around. Unless he takes it. Unless he takes it. Okay, so where's diplomacy going? Get some water. How fast do I want to get myself up to that alliance? The sooner I'm there, the sooner I can potentially get victory points out of the ambassador, but I have to have the spice on me. But this thing might build up. I'm going to do it this way. And I'm still going to pass on this. I should also start thinking about Mentats, but I want to get this High Council seat first. I need at least 2 spice must flow in order to get 1 point. Can get 2 points if I have more spice must flow than every other player, or than each other player at the end of the game. So far, I have 0. So right now I'm at... Okay, he's going secure contract. Yeah, so he might try to get the High Council seat the next round, but I don't know. I have a feeling Leto might take it, because Leto can't get the Swordmaster right now. He blocked off the High Council seat for some AI reason. Who knows? Maybe it was a grand plan. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a shame, because next round, the Baron's going to be sitting on enough Solari to do it. So I'm going to be blocked out of it. Okay. Maybe rally troops? There's nothing good here. Mentat. What could Mentat even do for me? I'm going to Mentat. It's going to draw me 2 cards. Okay. So this is going to let me play the Guild Ambassador at least. He's going to be going to the Hall of Oratory. And I think I'll do the same trick. I think I'll take the spice out of him and then... Oh, rally troops. Okay, well, the good news there is now he doesn't have enough Solari to start off with High Council seats, so I should be able to get mine next round now, which is pretty nice. A Sardaukar Legion. Okay, well, I'm going to have enough to get that, but it's not going to be there. What shows up in its place? A voice. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that probably. Yeah, so I need to use this guy, and the only place he can go to, if you double click on a card, then it will just show you whatever places you can go to, and it's only here. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to take the spice. End the turn. On 5 persuasion. We'll see what's there when my turn comes around, but I'm going to want to get high persuasion cards. I want to be powering myself up for buying Spice Must Flows. So if the voice is there, I'll take that because it's a great 2-cost card that gives 2 persuasion. Interesting that the Baron decided to take Arrakis Liaison instead. Maybe he did that because he didn't want to risk exposing a more powerful card. But if he takes the voice, something else could pop up. That could make sense. Anyway, I'm going to take the voice. Another assassination mission? No, thank you. We'll take an Arrakis Liaison. And I think I'll probably just pass here. I do like Dr. Yu, actually, but it's not what I want in my deck right now, I think. Just leave pure 1 sitting there and kind of, block everybody else. Make somebody else buy something to clear the board. I haven't played with the Immortality expansion, but I do know that it contains the Family Atomics component, right? Which is just a little token everybody gets. And once per game on your turn, you can use your atomics to clear the Imperium row and replace it. And I tried playing just base Dune Imperium with that special rule added in with my friends once or twice. And it was all right, but I think I prefer not having it. One reason is the joy that you get from being able to use it on a turn when you have a lot of persuasion and want to make sure you could maybe get a good card. Again, maybe. You might get nothing, but you might get something good. The joy that you get out of doing that for yourself is kind of counterbalanced by other people doing it for themselves or screwing you. There might be a card you're really wanting to get and somebody else just wipes it. That definitely happens. So I feel like that kind of just balances out either way, and I'm not sure which one has more. But the other downside I find is it kind of decreases game variety in the sense that if all four players are going to wipe the board, you're going to see more of the same cards every game, right? You're more likely to see any given card every game if you're, wiping the Imperium and replacing it 4 times every game. And I just enjoy the not seeing Kwisatz Haderach every game, not seeing Jessica every game, not seeing Chom Directorship every game, not seeing Dr. Yue every game. Okay. I still can't get the High Council seat? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Okay. What do I do about that? I could draw a card. Or I could power play to selective breeding and finally get rid of this assassination mission and draw 2 cards. I think that's what I'm... Although this 2 spice is just sitting here as well. I think I want to get that. And then deploying troops seems like a fool's errand here for me this round, so I'm going to pass. Baron triggering his own control marker, getting another Solari there. This is so tempting, but I'm sure Paul is going to just gobble that up. He's got 2 water. Yeah, oh, with a carry-all? Ooh. Paul's going to see the future with all that. Okay. Yeah, I think this is what I want to do because I want to get rid of this assassination mission. And I'd like to get the High Council seat this turn if I can, this round. Okay, I did get the ambassador, so I do have a shot at it now. Great. No one else can go there as of right now unless someone has an intrigue card with Solari in it. So that's going to be good. The ambassador to the High Council, that'll draw me a card because of my ruthless negotiator ability. I think I'll take the guild influence this time because I already have the 2 spice to feed to my smugglers. And I want to make sure that I can get there. And I will have 6 persuasion remaining, which will probably go into Arrakis liaisons. Leto is picking up the spice must flow, isn't he? So it's going to be hard for me to actually... Oh, wait. No, he didn't buy one. He just revealed one. Okay. Let's do this. 8. Ooh. Let's do this. 8 is unfortunate with this beauty of a row here. But I've got to get some liaisons into my deck. That's all there is to it. Who's going to blink first? Is Baron going to buy anything, or is he just going to get liaisons? This is where not having a limit on the Arrakis liaisons really could end up mattering, right? In the actual game, in the physical game, there are only 8 Arrakis liaison cards. And they're limited, so once they're all gone, they're all gone. But in the digital game, at least so far, and I'll be surprised if they end up changing this. I hope they do change it, but... Oh, opulence. Okay, that's great. If I can get it. Okay, I can. Ooh, that's great. Pick up an opulence and a liaison. I think I like that move because, you know, I've got the Solari, I think. All right. Yeah, let me grab this. And this. But as I was saying, this game, especially with the way the Imperium row is, a lot of people might be picking up Arrakis liaisons. And so, I don't know. Everyone could end up with like 4, which would be double what should be there. We'll see. I don't know exactly how many everybody has right now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The 6 have been acquired and none have been trashed, so there should only be 2 remaining. I have a feeling more than 2 are going to end up being picked up. Raid stockpiles. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting some more spice. What am I going to want to do here? Can I get spice must flow? Top card of my deck is Liaison. If I go Dagger to Mentat, that would get me to 9, but I'd also draw another card. The thing is, right, normally this Solari would be my Mentat bank, and I'd be perfectly happy to spend it on that, but now I want to feed Solari into this opulence. So it's a little bit weird, actually. It's a little bit anti-synergy in a way for me to take that opulence, because going to Mentat is really good for me. Okay, but anyway, the Spice Smugglers can get me Solari as well. Do I want to draw a card? Do I want to play a Diplomacy? It might make sense to just get this alliance and get 2 intrigue cards. Ooh, that is a very nice card to have. The bypass protocol. I might use it just to grab a Bene Gesserit's sister. I don't know. I'm not going to be cashing in the spice for it, I don't think. I think I can't afford the spice on that. So I think I probably just want to get this out of my hand. And this is a decent card to get. Spice Smugglers to Arakeen and then Dagger to Hall of Oratory gets me to 9 persuasion. Because this drops me down 1, but then I draw this, so that's net of +1 up to 7. Oh, that only gets me to 8. I'd have to use the Water of Life if I wanted to pull that trick, which might be worth doing. Weird clock in weird places. Okay, I'm doing this. And I am going to deploy troops here, I think. Because I would like to get more spice. Ah! Okay, let me use this. Get this out of the way. Ooh, I'd much rather have that. Well, honestly, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. They're kind of whatever, right? Because I have both of these alliances, so I don't really want to visit these spaces too much anymore. Anyways, whatever. That wasn't available. I got what I got. So I can't use the Water of Life now, right? Because I used my spice already. Maybe Dagger to Mentat actually would make sense now. Because that draws me 2 cards. There's only 1 card in my deck that doesn't give me Persuasion. It's the Guild Ambassador. As long as I don't draw that, I'll be able to get a Spice Must Flow. Now, Paul is winning this currently, but I think I'm just going to... Yeah. These Arrakis Liaisons are just flying off the shelves. I think there should be 1 left. Okay. Yeah, I think it's Dagger to Mentat, not Signet Ring, because I want to keep my Persuasion as high as possible. Woo! And yes. So if I had used the Signet Ring, I'd be at 8. Okay, so this is good news. I can buy a Spice Must Flow, and I can cash in the Opulence. Good news. Now, it's still going to take some work for me to... Okay, Hayliner, fine. I'm going to get 3rd, I guess, then. Which is unfortunate. I was hoping to at least get 2 spice here. But... it is what it is. Oh, wait, I still have an agent. Hold on. Is there anything I can actually do, though, and still stay at 9 persuasion? Yeah, I could Signet Ring to Hall of Oratory. -1, +1, gets me another Solari. Yeah, so that's what I have to do. Any other thing I could do? Not without... Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for what? Oh, you're seeing the future tonight, I guess? Okay, so I'm feeling okay here. Now, Gregier on Paul Atreides is, probably going to win the next conflict or two, so that could be a big problem. I have 2 points waiting for me here, but they're not going to be particularly easy to get. I'm going to get 2 points right now. Yeah, so this is a different kind of a game for me, right? I typically really want to make sure I've got 6 spice when it comes down to round 7, and I want to hit Hayliner. I don't want to win a 2-point conflict either on round 7 or on round 8. That's not going to be what I'm doing this game. Let me do this before I forget. They did improve this by making it shiny. It used to be quite easy to miss that. The corner of the market could make the difference for me, but I need to get a few more Spice Must Flows to make that work, I think. I have 1 right now. I need 1 more just to get the 1 point, which could be enough. But I really hope I can get a couple more. So the good news is, even if Paul does win the next conflict, it shouldn't end the game yet. He's only on 5 points. That was a big move from the Baron there, but all right. That 1 spice could end up being crucial for me. Even though it's not what I wanted, it does unlock the Water of Life play, which could be really important. Oh, what's he going to do? He's coming for me on the guild? Please tell me he does not have an intrigue card to give him an influence there. Okay, I've got to defend that now. There's the 2-point play. Okay, well, I can at least defend it with the guild ambassador. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take the influence rather than trying to get a point out of him. I'd rather do that, right? I'd rather get a point out of him, but at the moment, it's better to try to protect myself here. I don't know if there's a power play around. Yeah. And is it Mentat? What am I going to draw? Yeah, it's Mentat. Okay, I have to protect that. Unfortunately. Because it would have been great for me to, go get the 2 spice here and then use that to get a victory point. But that was just too dangerous of a situation. And I hope that the Baron can't still get it. If he gets it anyway, then that'll be really painful. But, this way, I do potentially get a Spice Must Flow that maybe I wouldn't have gotten if I'd gone a different direction. Unclear. I do still have the Water of Life, which I probably won't use. Although, actually, I think maybe I will use it. What's he doing? Does he have the intrigue card? Okay, no, I guess not. So I have a chance still. There's the Hayliner. Okay, I think I do use the Water of Life. because I have 3 agents left, but I can't really use any of them if I want to get a spice must flow. And potentially I could get my spice smuggler and maybe find a way to lock up that alliance, because I don't like what's going on here. So let me do this. Oh, hello. There's also this potential. So this, okay, this is something that's weird. Is it's showing me I have 13. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. If I take this for the persuasion, I actually have 15 here. If I can't trigger the opulence, it might be worth sending it here to get that point. Okay, what am I thinking? I can't protect this, unfortunately, right now. I'd like to get this spice. I'm going to do this because I want to get spice. And I'm going to throw in 1. Surely the Baron's going to end up throwing 1 in. Okay, I'm going to pass. I should have thrown in 1 because I potentially have a couple of swords to use here. Might as well do it. He might not actually visit a combat space. And I'm not sure I'm going to, so that was I probably should have thrown that in. But it's okay. Research station. Okay, well, he can put in a troop. I'm not sure if you can hear somebody's hammering upstairs right now. Hopefully that's not coming through. Okay. Yeah, he puts in the 1 troop. Okay. So my next play, if I can, is opulence to wealth to get the point here with the Emperor. And get myself a bunch of Solari so I can trigger this the next time, if there is a next time. Is there anything else that's worth doing? We'll see. I'm going to do this first. So this 11 is still not counting the Bene Gesserit sister. So theoretically, I could still play her. Or I could play an Arrakis Liaison. I don't think I really care about fighting for this. I mean, I would love to get that 5 spice. Is that hammering coming through? Well. Man, I can't even go here to get water with this liaison. I'm a bit worried about drawing a card because I don't want to waste a diplomacy or a spice smugglers. Both of those are important to me. So I guess just getting an intrigue card. Or I could also rally troops, but that draws me a card as well. If I take the chance and put in 2 troops, then plus 2 swords, maybe I can take third, but he might have stuff. I'm going to go with the intrigue card and just see what that does. Okay. I'm not going to do that now. That might actually be handy next turn. So rather than drawing a card now, I've got a deferred card draw, which is actually, that's pretty good because that guarantees these are the 6 cards I'll have available if I decide to do it. I think it's going to be hard for me to get 2 points out of this. Do I get another liaison? It reduces the chance of my drawing my opulence or my guild ambassador, which are probably a better source of points. But that might give me a chance of getting the Spice Must Flow bonus. I'll just do it. It's probably not going to even make it to another round after, I'm probably not going to draw any of those cards anyway. So, probably doesn't matter too much, but we shall see. I think I've acquired 2 Spice Must Flows now. There's 2 there. Yeah. Now, who's ready to win this? Paul or Leto? If Paul wins this, it could be game over. Okay. I have to now use the Spice Smugglers to stop Baron from stealing this alliance, either by going diplomacy, which I don't want to do because I'd like to get this point if I can. But I have to start with this. So I think drawing a card is probably the best choice to try to still give me a chance at Spice Must Flow. Okay, rest easy on that. I'm going to throw the troops in because, like I said, this should be the last round anyway. So might as well put them in while I can. I'm not sure I'm visiting any more combat spaces this round. What I'd like to do is send diplomacy to still suits. However, Baron might do that to get this alliance. Oh, I kind of messed up because now I don't have the top card of my deck. I should have done this before drawing a card. To draw the card with my Poison Snooper. Maybe somebody was telling me this. I'm sorry, I missed your telepathic trans-temporal message. And I would have an extra card in my hand right now, which could be a big deal. Because how do I get Spice Must Flow now? I guess I have to go to Mentat. No! I might still have to go to Mentat just to get the card. I think I do. Because I need to draw 2 cards. Ugh. Can I afford to let this go, though? I don't think I can. Yeah, I have to take that now while I can. Get that point. And then C. Hope I can still get the Mentat. Draw 2. I mean, I should be able to. Who's going to go there except me? When the Mentat itself is actually gone. Well, it's looking pretty good, but, you know. If Paul wins this, he gets to 9. He's got a hanging point here. So if he goes to Hayliner, that puts him to 8 and then 10. He didn't do it yet, though, which might mean he can't. Or it means he didn't think it was an emergency. But with Leto sitting on 6 Spice, so I don't think he has the card to do it. Okay, that's good. Leto, oh, thank you. That's great. That's great because that shuts off the primary danger here. Okay. So yeah, dagger to Mentat, draw 2. Hope it's enough. I mean, it could be enough for a Spice Must Flow if I get lucky. So let's try. Yep. Well, it's enough for an opulence point, so that's good enough. I can also now use the Poison Snooper. I mean, whatever. I might as well draw it at this point. One away. One away, but I think I should be good now, right? Because this is going to get me 1 point to 11. This is going to get me 1 point to 12. And if I get really lucky, who knows? Maybe something happens with this intrigue card, but there's no point I can get out of it because plans within plans would require me to have one more influence either with the Emperor or with the Freeman to get me a point. Okay, he didn't have the Spice Must Flow kind of money anyway. He's got lots of spice, though. Reverend Mother, okay. Somewhat thematic, I guess. Forcing her to work for you. Okay, Paul has now quit the game. It's still a lame thing to do. Like, yeah, the game is basically over, but we have to wait for him now to time out on his intrigue cards and stuff. It's just a poor sportsmanship, immature thing to do. Okay, let me get my point. Let's not get tilted and forget what I'm doing. There's no reason for me to buy anything. So, end turn. Okay, Baron buys one. Oh, okay. The AI has already taken over for him, I guess. Well, let's see if the Baron gets helped by this second place intrigue card. And let's see if he has anything already. Okay, well, Leto wins the battle, but I got scared for a second. I was like, wait, what's happening? Oh, I'm cornering the market. All right. Ilban Richese comes through for another win. So that's 2 wins. That's 2 wins for a night. The first one was very close, and I really shouldn't have won it. But I did. And this one was not quite as close. That was an interesting game for me because it was a bit different, and I think a lot of it was shaped by the cards that I got. Getting that combo of the guild administrator and the spice smuggler, that was kind of interesting, but it meant I wasn't really building up spice. I was just kind of using it, including using it to go to like selective breeding a couple of times. And I was not going for those big conflicts at the end, which is, almost always I try to do that. So it was interesting to play it a different way. I mean, yeah, getting that early end game intrigue that told me, like, make sure you get a bunch of spice must flow. That's what I like about intrigue cards sometimes, is they give you a bit of a direction in the game. And so that's one of the reasons it's good to try to pick up 1 or 2 early on in case you end up with something like that. And then you have time to shape your game to fit that card, as opposed to if you get it late, sometimes there's not much you can do, even though, they're both things you typically want to do anyway. But I was not able to get the 2 points out of the spice intrigue card, but 1 was more than enough. Well, speaking of more than enough, I think that's enough of this stream/video/YouTube premiere. So if you're here live right now, thank you very much for tuning in and being here and chatting along with people, even though I couldn't interact with you this time. I hope it was fun. I hope the chat stays part of the VOD. And for those of you watching after the fact, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoy this video, you can subscribe to the channel to make sure you get everything as it comes out. You can also become a member of the channel. You can click join for details there. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon. And I'm usually streaming live on Twitch Sundays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.